What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Robeytech. Today, we are building in a brand new case that was released on Tuesday, I think. So our review of this case is actually coming out tomorrow. If you want a precursor, it reviewed very, very well. So we were big fans of the Frame 4000D. Some of the complaints we had about it actually have been fixed with this right here. This is the Corsair Frame 5000D, and it's a brand new case from the team over at Corsair. Now, the thing that is so cool about this particular case, beyond temperatures, is just the fact that this whole case can be absolutely stripped down to the base. So let's talk about the parts we're putting inside of it, because that's really what it's all about. So we've done a number of AMD builds. We're going to go back a little bit. So we're going to throw some Intel love in there. I know you guys feel like we're very Intel heavy, but I feel like recently we've been very AMD heavy, and we actually do have some AMD GPU builds coming up, by the way. Intel Core Ultra 285K, the Core Ultra 9 285K for motherboard. But we have the Asus RG Strix Z7 Z890-A. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful motherboard. The GeForce RTX 5080. This is the Zotac Gaming, their OC. Look at this card. This is the solid OC in white. Look at this card. It is beautiful. For the storage and the RAM, we're doing Dominator, guys. We're doing Dominator. Like I said, really enjoying the Corsair support here for this build. So this is Corsair Dominator. This is a 32 gig kit of 6,400 megatrans for RAM. And then we have a 4 terabyte Renegade Kingston Fury drive, which I think will be absolutely awesome. So we're gonna use the IQ Link Titan 360 RX RGB. You could if you wanted to, we could go up to LCD, but I mean, that's like, this is already a pretty expensive build coming in at $4,250. So if you wanted to add an additional, I don't know, 70 or so bucks, you could absolutely do that. For our PSU, we're doing Shift, guys. We're doing the RMX 1000 Shift PSU. So we have RX 140s, RX 120s, and more RX 140s. So you can do 14 120 millimeter fans, 12 140 millimeter fans. Now that we got that, let's go ahead and get all the parts over here, and let's start putting it inside of the PC. What do you say? There we go. There it is, guys. And there we go. Open that up. Boom, that was a nice pop. Pop that in like this. And pull that out, put that in, perfect. It's time to get the case stripped. Oh, whoa, whoa, okay, that went faster than I thought. I was like, ah! There we go. So we're gonna remove all the fans. We're gonna do 140s in the front. There we go. Okay, all the fans are out. Okay, so let's get our motherboard in here. Okay, now we just pop this in. There we go. Okay, so now that's in, and I think we'll be fine. Let's go ahead and put our 140 in. Okay, so fans are in. Check this out. On their HD audio cable, they used all white cables. There's no multicolored cables on this at all. So all of the cables are absolutely white. And then they also used a really cool sleeving here for the cables as well to keep things kind of uniform. So let's start looking at this and getting these stems kind of pushed through here. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, so there's all of our front panels plugged in. So let's get the cable management done. So we're good there. All of our front panels are in. So initial round of wiring is in. So we'll get that in. All of our fans are all hooked up and ready to go. So now what we gotta do is we gotta put in our AIO. That's the next section here. And then we're gonna grab our IQ Link there. And this one's gonna go right here, and then now we can control it. And then off of this, we have our USB, and we have our hub. Okay, so now let's get our GPU in. Here we go right here. There it is. There we go. Next step is let's go ahead and get our PSU in. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this. And there we go. That's for the GPU. There we go. Guys, the build is done. Plug in that right there. Perfect. There's all of our cables. Okay, so it's turned on. Power's down here in the front here. 3, 2, 1. Boom! There it is. That's awesome. We're hitting at 78 right now. It's not having any problems. 80. But again, and we pulled a 41,569. 41,569. So yeah, really good temps. Pop into this real quick. Okay, so we're gonna do ray tracing, overdrive, resolution, transform model auto. We're gonna change DLSS to balanced. Frame gen is off, texture quality is off, so this is like the most insane Cyberpunk 2077. You can see right now up here, CPU temps 36, CPU temps in the 70s, high 70s, and then we have GPU temp dropping in the 50s, but here in a minute, you'll see that actually go down. But this is actually like a nice mix, running at 1440p of both GPU and CPU being tested here. And there we go, 77, 78 FPS. This is why we say, when you talk about a 4K system, this is a 5080 using the full graphic capability of a game at 1440p, and it's running in the 70s, right? So this is why I say, like when people say, I can do a $1,200 4K system, it depends on what kind of system you're using. This is a 5080. A 5090 could do 4K at this and do the same thing, but it is a significant jump up. So there it is right there, 91, it came in at 8591, CPU temp 59, GPU temp 50, CPU temp 50s, GPU temp 50s, right? When you're actually gaming, right? Load actually will peak it a little bit, which is why you saw 70s, but yeah, it just runs smooth. So there you go. There it is. That is our Frame 5000D build system. And again, I do want to give a huge shout out to Corsair for allowing us, for sending us the case, and honestly, they sent us a ton of parts for this as well. I think it actually came out incredible. Our full review is out tomorrow, so the full review of the case, you know, just as a preview, it did very well. There's a lot of improvements they've done between this and the Frame 4000D, and frankly, it is a treat to build in, and there is so much that you can do with it, with screens and with cooling and with water cooling and all that sort of stuff. So there's a lot to be excited about here, and as you can see, the system came out absolutely beautiful. By the way, if you want to continue the conversation, maybe there's something you want to go learn about, or you want to maybe do your own build, head over to our Discord server, discord.gg/Robitac. It's an amazing place to talk to other tech and PC enthusiasts that love this stuff, and they'll ask questions. You can talk about builds, and you know what? You might just make a friend. Anyway, guys, have an absolutely amazing night, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.